Should you be apprehensive of cats? What's not to love about them? They're cute, they're furry, and they're fun to play with. But are you aware that the very pets that you love could be harboring an alien life form able to control your thoughts and your behaviors? Although pets and animals hold dear places in our hearts, many are unaware of the hazard that they pose to the human race as well as every living, breathing mammal on the face of the earth, due to a specific parasite known as toxoplasmosis, T. gondii, or toxo. Cats are the only animals able to produce this nasty parasite within their intestine and are able to spread it to other mammals, including humans. Therefore, I feel that cats should not be taken lightly and handled with caution, and you should too. Today I want to bring some light on some of the origins of toxoplasmosis, some of its statistics, its dangers and effects on humans, and what we can do to prevent infection. Toxoplasmosis was first discovered in 1908 in the country of Brazil. It wasn't until 1939 that Toxoplasmosis gondii was officially considered a human disease. In the 1960s and 70s, researchers discovered that toxo was a parasite that originated in the intestines of cats. The cycle of toxoplasma is very complicated, but broken down, toxo develops in the feces of cats as juvenile eggs known as oocysts, and they are broken down and consumed by other mammals, specifically rats. The bacteria embeds itself in the brain of the rat and is able to trick its brain into thinking that it's sexually aroused by the scent of cats, ending with the rat being eaten. Once consumed by the cat, toxoplasma can evolve once again into its full adult stage and start to cycle over again. It is most commonly spread throughout the soil and grass, infecting other mammals such as pigs and cows, mammals which we consume on a daily basis. So why is this parasite such a danger to humans, and why should cats be dreaded instead of loved? Toxoplasmosis is most commonly given to humans by way of handling cats and cat feces on a daily basis. Another huge reason why humans become infected with toxoplasmosis is by consuming undercooked meat and raw fish. Initial infection carries flu-like symptoms, swollen lymph nodes, back pain, fatigue, and headaches. Once infected, the parasite creates and lodges itself within cysts in your brain and muscle tissues, making it nearly impossible for your immune system to detect infection. Now here's where it gets interesting. Just as toxoplasma controlled the actions of rats, recent research discovered that it is able to do the same with humans. Numerous articles, journals, and a recent study done by the Stanley Research Medical Center indicates that women infected with toxoplasmosis become more promiscuous, submissive, and are also more likely to cheat on their husbands. Men, on the other hand, are documented to become more aggressive, reckless, and care less about their appearance. Robert Sapolsky, a neurologist and toxoplasmosis expert at Stanford University, also states that a very high percentage of men involved in fatal motorcycle and car accidents have tested positive for toxoplasmosis infection, confirming the link between reckless tendencies in men and toxo infection. He also unveiled a direct link between high levels of toxoplasmosis and schizophrenic patients. Many who have been pregnant or are currently pregnant probably are already aware to keep away from cats and dealing with cat litter, and this all goes back to the possibility of a pregnant woman becoming infected with this parasite. Toxoplasmosis can spell disaster for a developing fetus and even cause death. Now let's take a brief look at some statistics. According to a recent data, over 60 million people in the United States are infected with toxoplasmosis. That means 1 in 4 Americans test positive for toxo. The highest infected countries being Brazil with an infection rate of 80%, and France having about 90% of its population infected with toxoplasmosis. Brazil ranks the highest in the world in terms of death deriving from toxoplasmosis, with the United States coming in second. So how can we prevent infection? The simplest ways to prevent toxoplasmosis infection is to wash your hands as often as possible, especially before you eat. If you deal with cats, always use gloves when changing the litter box and keep them from going outside as often as possible. Look out for the symptoms of toxoplasmosis infection in your cat, which includes fever, lethargy, loss of appetite, and an inability to control urine and feces. Stay away from cooked meats, from uncooked meats, excuse me. We all love our red meat, sushi, poke, and various types of meats which are often undercooked. It is crucial to cook them thoroughly in order to prevent toxoplasmosis infection. Treatment for toxoplasmosis, unfortunately, is not prevalent. There are antibiotics available upon positive blood tests, but over time, your body will develop a natural immunity to these parasites and keep them in check. Those infected with HIV/AIDS are at extremely high risk of danger due to the parasite affecting the already compromised immune system. There is clear evidence between the link in parasites and its mysterious power to control certain aspects of the brain. Over 60 million Americans are already infected with this particular parasite, and without taking proper precautions, you could be the next host for these alien guests. I've always been compassionate towards all living creatures, but now that I'm aware of the threat which cats and various animals pose, I am more apprehensive towards interaction with other living beings and the food that I consume, and I believe you should too. So remember, use caution when dealing with cats and be aware of the risks that you are taking when you're bringing a cat into your home. Cook your meats thoroughly, wash your hands, and maintain good hygiene. Keeps your sanity and remain toxo-free. Thank you.